Hello guys, welcome back to the Hello guys, welcome back. This is Gopi again with another series on YouTube. In this series, we are going to discuss about how to create a React application with the backend as Node.js. I just wanted to make this application very little small, okay, so that I'll be just creating the UI for registration and login. I'll be doing some backend for Node.js, and then we'll be connecting the Node.js application to the MySQL using other thing. Yeah, whatever that I have explained, everything will be doing from the absolute scratch. Here you can see that I just opened one notebook. That's it, the empty Visual Studio, not even created the folder. From the folder creation, we are going to record. Okay, so first in the desktop, I'm just going to create one folder. I'm just name it as YouTube. Okay, I'm just name it as YouTube, and within that I'm going to create two different folder. Let me bring the window this side. Yeah, within this I'm going to create two different folder. One is for backend and another one is for front end. For front end I'm just going to have a front end. Another one is nothing but the backend. As you can see here, I do have a two different folder. Within the front end folder, I'm going to create one new React.js project, and using that specific React.js project, I'm going to create a little small UI that will represent both the user registration screen, login screen, and then the welcome screen. That welcome screen will come only after a successful login. So before doing login, we have to write the front end part. Okay, this is what I'm going to do with the front end. And in the Node.js, that's nothing but the back end. In the Node.js part, you can able to find out we are going to use Express Node.js. Of course we can use Fastify or other things as well, but still many companies are using Node.js Express for API development. That is why I'm just going to keep it. In further video or another series, I'll be using Fastify to develop the Node.js, I mean APIs. Okay, so what we are going to do is I'm going to write different APIs. One is for registration, another one is for login, and another one is for that's it. Only two different, right? So this both the things. First, what we are going to do is I'm going to use the .env. Of course, while developing, you will be understanding more on that. Okay. Before to that, before starting with the backend, we must be ready with the MySQL part because that is where the database that I'm going to use. Let me open the MySQL that I do have. In this specific tutorial, I'm going to use XAMPP MySQL. So let me start that. If suppose you don't have on your machine MySQL setup, just go ahead and download XAMPP, and if it is asked for any permission, just give it, and then that's it. It will be doing. And once after installation, just click on start. Apache and MySQL both needs to be started. Then only you can able to work with that. As of now, I'm not going to use it since everything started perfectly. Let me minimize that and then open my browser. Okay, let me have my browser here. Once the Apache is done, we can go ahead and type localhost so that I'll be able to move to the phpMyAdmin window. This is where we are going to write all the things. First, in the SQL part, okay, I wanted to create the database. Only by having the database, I could able to proceed further with creating the databases. Since this video series is only for the YouTube members, I'm just going to keep the database name as YouTube. Of course, it's free. You can go ahead and use whatever the name that you are comfortable with. Since the series is completely on the YouTube, I'm just keeping it as YouTube itself. I'm just creating the database. Now I'm ready with the database. The next thing is nothing but going and creating the table. So I'm not going to use this one. I'm just going to use the editor. Okay, let me try to create the database, I mean the table. If you wanted to create a database here as well, you can use database and then the name of the database, whatever the database name you wanted to have. That's it. Once you're ready with the query, click on the go so that you can able to run that specific query. I don't know whether you guys know MySQL or not. I don't have any specific series as of now. I'll be planning to put more videos on that. If you like my video, please go ahead and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell icon to get the notification of my all the videos that I'm uploading. Create, it is always good to form that. I'm going to create the table. I'm just keeping the name of the table as registration, not that much. I'm just going to keep only one table, that is nothing but registration. This table going to have a different field like id. Of course, this is going to be the integer column, and this specific id auto increment as well. I don't need to pass any value to that id value. Auto increment is actually the trigger whenever I'm trying to create one entry into this registration table, then automatically id value will get incremented by 1. Also, I'm just marking this specific column as primary key, so that this specific column going to be unique. Okay, going to be contain the unique, which will not allow any duplicate value as well as null value. Whenever you are marking a specific column as a primary key, there is a index created internally for that specific column, so that whenever you're using that specific column while querying or anything, so your performance would be better. Now, along with that, I'm going to have only email field. Let's have a username, that is nothing but the general name, right? So in our case, I'm going to have a username that is nothing but the email, should be not null. I wanted to now make sure that there is no null value into the table column. Likewise, I do have a password. I'm just saving the password here. I'm just going to keep this one as 100, because we are going to encrypt the password using algorithms, so that we'll be using hashing algorithm to encrypt the password and then store it here. I'm just for the sake of safeness, I'm just keeping it as 100 size. And then I think that is fine as far as this specific thing. If it is the original application that you're going to develop, you need modified date, last login date, how many wrongly entered username, password, that attempt, everything needs to be tracked in the database. But as of now, this is good enough to proceed further with the application. Let me click on go button, so that the specific table will get created. Here you can see that I do have YouTube, I do have a registration, so that I could able to insert any specific record into the column. As of now, we don't have any column. Okay, that's all for this specific database side. Now let me minimize this and then go back to the backend. Okay, so let me drag and drop this specific backend into the Visual Studio Code, so that I can start working on the application. Let me make it in full screen. Where is my, hopefully you can able to see the our terminal very clearly. Now what we are going to do is, I'm going to create one Node.js application from the scratch. Okay, from npm init command. I hope you know what is npm init command. If not, I'll be explaining what is npm init command, how to install package, whatever that you need to set up. Okay, but that is going to be the next video. This video, that's all for that. Thanks, and if you like my video, please hit a like button and subscribe to the channel. If suppose you wanted to learn about any specific thing, please put it on the chat box, so that I'm very much happy and motivated to record more videos like this. Thank you guys.